First of all, Shyler, the FBI and the two federal agencies that, from the U.S. Attorney's Office that brought the indictments, are both and all Trump appointees. So you explain the political motivation. Booyah.
No. I'm not suggesting that. I'm just suggesting that's the. It's not a left-right. It's a government and not government divide. That's the real politic of the world presently with the surveillance state. But my point is
they want to kidnap the governor. They didn't want to kidnap Tom Leonard or Bill Schuette.
You say they, and I skimmed the affidavit, and again, any attorney who's representing a single individual in an alleged conspiracy knows that not every individual participated at every single interaction, and perhaps there are circumstances here that may not result in the conviction for all of them. But the whole point that I thought someone would mention, the reason why I'm kind of chiming in, is this reminds me of some juvenile thing that like a 12-year-old would do, and writing down a list of like his hit list. You remember that stuff from like the 90s, like after the Columbine stuff?
Listen, I know. I listen, Shyler. Before you got on, we discussed that because I wanted to be sensitive to, the kid that caused the bomb scare into the school, which was at some point, they'd yell at your parents. You maybe got suspended, and then they started charging you with 20-year felonies, right? There was a time in school if you got in a fight, they'd send you home for the day, and then there was a time later on where they charge you with a felony or assault and battery, and you get suspended and you're kicked out of school. I mean, this is the progression. You used to get pulled over, kids had beer in the car, they'd spill it out, drive you home. Now you got a, drunk driving, zero tolerance, and a minor. Who knows? I mean, it's just
these aren't kids. These are full-blown adults. They're grown-ass men.
And Shyler, the distinction that I was trying to make is, this is supposed to, the allegations set forth things beyond just that. Listen, I agree. Listen, from a perspective of a lawyer, I agree. A huge web of a conspiracy. It doesn't mean everyone's involved at the same time. What they knew at the time, they may have been a conversation, heard things. But
and the affidavit doesn't really suggest that either. So it just seems.
There's
we're living in a. These are
allegations.
It's not of a political nature because it involves the governor, but this story is going to be front page news on the TV nonstop until the election, without question.
All right, so listen. Some of the things that were of interest that are in the report, if I'm not mistaken, include some bomb making, attempts to make bombs, and discussions.
I think there was material gathering.
And meeting.
Not that I know anything.
I'm saying that just based on the allegations that they're presumed innocent. But I'm just saying the allegations will be based upon someone. Listen, this is deep state shit.
When do these conspirators get past the point of no return, where an attempt they're guilty of attempt? They
have to know of the event and assist in some way, right? To continue with and contribute to the illegality. Being merely present is not enough.
And so is participating in a role-playing fantasy of being a patriot and kidnapping your governor and driving her, across the state.
That's where you end, baby. I'm just saying to you, the discussions about the kidnapping, driving across the state, having their own mock trial in the law according
conspiracy, brother.
The law according to as you said, the Patriot. Shyler, there'd be these Patriots. No. What did you call them? Over in Patriot Trial Court over there in Wisconsin, where they're building one right now. They got a bunch of guys coming in with some hammers and some rocks.
Couple 2x4s and a couple sheets of
put together
insulation.
like a what do you call it? Like a outdoor.
It's just so Looney Tunes that it's. Either they, perhaps there's a competency evaluation that's needed, or, this is just, LARPing that's gone too far.
Well, let's say this.
LARPing should be a felony anyway. So
Is that a real word?
Yes.
I'm
it is?
looking
It's
it up.
live action role playing.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Well, listen.
Okay.
I think a bigger question is how
And
serious.
this is all in the context of trying to put on the best trial for your client as a criminal defense attorney.
We can do that on another day. I just wanted to
That's
talk
more
about it
fun
regarding.
now.
Okay, fine.